I've been burned out many times in my career, guys. Burning out in business is vicious. If you do not get this under control, your business is going to struggle. Your bank account will too. So I'm going to break this video down to 3 different sections. Section 1, physical burnout, mental burnout, how they relate to each other. Section 2, a 3-step process understanding where your energy levels are going, how your thoughts are causing this. We're going to look at a thought, action, reflective thought process, and a couple examples. And I'm going to tie it all in, number 1 and 2, bring it into the 3rd step here, which is activity goals versus result-oriented goals, why you're setting goals incorrectly, and why number 2 is going to impact you and your burnout, and why you're losing energy and why you're feeling the way you're feeling. So let's dig into it, guys. Top out number 1. In order to conquer your burnout problems, guys, let's identify them first, which is number 1. All problems come with identification of it and awareness of it. So what is the awareness you have now that I'm talking about this? Are you having a mental burnout or a physical burnout or a combination of both? Let's just start with the physical burnout. This is the most common one. Your body's not physically conditioned to take the workload on that you're putting it through. So for example, you're not sleeping enough. You're not getting enough sleep hours and your body's exhausted. You can't push through a long day. Number 2, you don't have the right diet. You don't have the right vitamins. You're not hydrating correctly. It's what you're putting in your body is taking your energy out of you. And when you have no energy, you burn out. It could be number 3, you're overweight. You're putting too much weight on your body and your body is conditioned to carry 200 pounds, but you're making it carry 300. You don't have enough energy throughout the end of the day because you're carrying more weight, and that weight's putting all that stress on your body, depleting your energy levels, burning you out at the end of the day. 4, it could be, I guess, a physical condition. It could be an injury. It could be a recurring RMI injury, which is repetitive motion. It could be something to do with your stability at your back or your lower hips while you're sitting at your desk that you're constantly feeling, constantly making you focus on it, making you not want to sit there at your desk and work, or doing the activity that you're doing, which is going to cause you to burn out on what you're doing. So the physical side of your body relates to the mental side because it can cause stress. And when your mental side is stressed and your physical body has no energy, we burn out and we quit and we back off what we're doing. Now, how does the mental side of things affect us? Now, think about what you can do mentally. We can talk ourselves into the thoughts we think, to the emotions that we feel, and the attitude that we live in. So if we're thinking the incorrect thoughts and telling ourselves incorrect thoughts towards ourselves, belittling ourselves, talking down to ourselves, we start to erode our self-esteem and we start to disrespect ourselves. Therefore, we don't respect ourselves anymore and we don't believe we have the ability to keep on going forward and achieving what we're doing. So our mental burnout is, I'm not able to get done what I need to get done. I don't have the skill sets. I don't believe in myself. And along the way in your journey, you start that self-doubt, that lack of self-esteem. And that mental loop of always going back and forth on yourself and beating yourself down can talk you out of the battlefield. So these two go hand in hand, because if your physical body doesn't have the strength to keep going, your mental side says, not only do I have the skill sets, I don't even have the energy, and the two hand in hand go combined together to create that burnout feeling and the retraction of your efforts in your business, aka what we know as quitting. Now let's go into the second part of this, guys, so we understand exactly how these thought, action, reflective thought after action processes take the self-esteem from us and take our energies out of our body. Now here's number 2, guys. Thought, action, reflective thought after action. Why is this important? Because can we pass up a want for a need? If we can, we'll build self-esteem and energy levels. If we can't, we'll destroy self-esteem and energy levels, which will lead us to burning out. So how does this all work? We're first going to have a thought. That's step 1. Second, we're going to act off that thought. Do we go after the want or the need? And third is we're going to reflect off the action that we actually took off the thought that we know we should have done, if that makes sense, if we did the wrong thing. Now here's how this works. Let's take a look at the first example, our physical body. Every single January 1st, you set a goal to get in the best shape of your life, and then guess what happens? It never actually happens. But this year's different. You're 6 weeks in, and you're on track. You change your diet, you're drinking a lot more water, you're sleeping better, you're stretching, you feel better than ever, until the angel comes on one shoulder and the devil on another. You go to a party, and guess what's in front of you? A massive choice that impacts your want versus need. So in front of you, cookies, cakes, pies, soda pops, and everything you know you shouldn't ingest. And then on the other side, celery sticks, carrot sticks, and clean water. Now here's the process that can destroy your energy and cause you to burn out, or increase your energy and help you attack all your goals and dreams. Thought first. You're working well on changing your life, your physical body. I know I shouldn't eat the cake. I want to eat the cake. Don't eat the cake, right? Stay on top of your goals. Stay disciplined. Now the action is this. You go opposite of the need, and you go straight to the want. You pound the cake, you pound the cookies, you pound the pie, you pound the soda pops, and then you order a pizza. Now what do you think happens after you take the action when you did a want versus knowing what you needed to do? The reflective thought after action kills your self-esteem, shows that you're disrespecting yourself. Why did I just do this? I've been working hard for 6 weeks. I got all the way to this point. I'm moving along. And then I do this to myself. Why do I do this to myself every time? I have no discipline. What is wrong with me? And those reflective thoughts after you pass stuff at need and went for a want cause you to lose self-esteem. And self-esteem drops. Guess what happens to your energy levels? Now look at the flip side of this. Same thought on the beginning of the process. Don't eat the cake. You're dialed in. You're working right. You're doing right. You're getting everything going forward towards your goals. Your physical body's changing. And guess what happens? You do the right thing this time. You go for the need and not the want. You pick up the cake and then you put it down. You grab a celery stick and a water. Guess what happens here with the reflective thought? I'm disciplined. I'm strong. I'm in control. These reflective thoughts start telling ourselves the right thing, building our self-esteem, which increases our energy levels. So once you understand, guys, everything in life is a choice. It is either a need to get to your goals or a want for that short-term pleasures of the flesh usually. If we can go past the thought that's a want and actually do the thing that we need, the reflective thought after action is we reinforce self-esteem levels, we build that self-esteem and respect for ourselves, which increases our energy, which causes us to burn out less. Now let's take number 1 and 2 and apply it to number 3 and tie all this in together on how to set goals correctly and not mess yourself up in your mind. Now here's number 3, guys, the aha moment. I've trained thousands of people in my businesses over the years to teach them how to understand results-oriented goal setting versus activity goal setting. What's the difference? How does it impact your mindset, your self-esteem, your energy, and your burnout position? Let me break it down for you guys. This is what most people do, is they focus their goal setting process, if they even set goals at all, unfortunately, on results-oriented versus activity. Now, here's how this looks, and here's how the difference of the same outcome changes the way you talk to yourself after it. Results-oriented is based off of, let's say my business, we're in the sales business, one of my businesses, the Wolfpack, is a team building model or an agent production model, meaning I have to sit down with a client, someone that potentially wants to let me list their house. Now, today I'm gonna show up, and if they say yes and I list the house, that's a win. If they say no and they're not gonna let me list the house, that's a loss. That's a results-oriented goal, that my goal is to go to this appointment and get the win. Now, if they say yes, I won. If they say no, I didn't. Now, in business, conversion rates. Think about this. Do you win more than you lose, or do you lose more than you win? A lot of times you're losing way more than you win. So let's say you're winning in a business and you're having high profit, but your conversion rate's 1 out of 20, but that creates a high profit. But mentally, throughout the week, 19 out of 20 times you're getting blown off, they're hanging up on you, they're walking off on you, and it's very mentally tough. So if you're going there and the result is a no, the self-reflective talk is, I'm losing, I'm not doing well, I just invested a lot of time, energy, money, this is stressful, is the price too high to pay? And it starts to create a negative self-talk, dropping your energy levels, making it harder for you to find the energy to want to go out there and do it again. Now let's flip the script over here to an activity goal setting process. This is not based off if they say yes or no, it's based off if you did the activity. So let's say my activity goal setting process was this week, I want to talk to 10 agents or 10 clients about listing their house or adding them to my team. So my goal is 10 one-hour conversations with 10 potential listing clients, right? Now let's say I set those 10 and all 10 say 0. Over here, that's a very negative thing. That's 10 losses and a lot of negative energy coming down on you, pulling your energy out of your body, making you more likely to burn out. Whereas over here, if you show up and you go through all 10 one-hour conversations, they all say no. Your goal was hit. You're 100% winning because you did what you said you were going to do at the beginning of the week. I'm going to have 10 conversations with 10 agents or 10 potential clients for 1 hour, and you hit it. So what you're now telling yourself is this: I hit my goals. I hit my target. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm moving forward. You have a positive reflective self-talk. And what happens here is if you hit enough of your activity goals, meaning you just show up enough, guys, your results-oriented goals will hit themselves. So focus on hitting your activity goals, saying this week, I'm going to make sure to batch out time to do this, 4 hours for content creation, 4 hours for lead generation, prospecting, or whatever it is, and hit the activity. Don't worry about the results. Because if you're focused on a win or loss in business, mostly you lose. And if you're constantly telling yourself what happens after that, bad things to yourself, it will burn you out. I hope this helps you understand, guys. Set some big activity goals, focus on those activities, hit those activities, and these results will happen. I hope you liked the video, guys. On the next one in a couple days.